What if I told you that most people are learning wrong? Scientists discovered that you can absorb information 10 times faster by using these 5 neuroscience-backed techniques. Your brain is begging for this. Learning feels like climbing a mountain for most people. Slow, exhausting, and sometimes you forget what you learned last week. But neuroscientists have cracked the code. Your brain isn't designed for passive consumption. It's engineered for active engagement, spaced repetition, and strategic struggle. In this video, we're breaking down the 5 most powerful accelerated learning techniques that top students, entrepreneurs, and athletes use to master complex skills in weeks instead of years. These aren't motivational fluff. They're grounded in cognitive science and tested in real-world scenarios. By the end, you'll understand exactly how to reprogram your brain for rapid skill acquisition. The spacing effect is one of the most powerful discoveries in cognitive psychology. Here's the truth. Cramming doesn't work. Your brain consolidates information when you space out your learning sessions over time. Instead of studying for 8 hours straight, you'll retain 300% more information by studying for 1 hour daily over 8 days. This is because your brain needs time to convert short-term memory into long-term memory through a process called consolidation. Scientists found that the optimal spacing follows a pattern. Review material after 1 day, then 3 days, then a week. This creates neural pathways that become stronger with each retrieval. The spacing effect works because it forces your brain to work harder during each session. When you return to material after time has passed, you've partially forgotten it, so your brain must rebuild those neural connections. And this rebuilding process is what creates lasting memory. Apps like Anki and RemNote have gamified this principle, making it incredibly practical. Start implementing spacing immediately. Divide your learning into smaller chunks. Schedule review sessions in advance and use spaced repetition tools. This single technique can cut your learning time in half while doubling retention. Passive reading is the biggest time waster in education. You highlight, underline, and reread, yet none of it sticks. Active recall forces your brain to retrieve information from memory, which is exponentially more effective. The science is clear. When you test yourself repeatedly, you strengthen neural pathways far more than reading the same material 10 times. The Feynman technique exemplifies this perfectly. Here's how it works. Choose a concept. Explain it in simple language as if teaching a child. Identify gaps in your explanation and refine your understanding. This forces active engagement with material. Another powerful method is the Leitner system, a flashcard-based approach where you sort cards into different boxes based on how well you know them. Cards you struggle with get reviewed more frequently, while mastered cards appear less often. Research shows active recall can improve retention by up to 50% compared to passive review. The key is making your studying feel like a challenge rather than absorption. Quiz yourself before reading. Close the book and write down everything you remember. Teach the material to someone else. Record yourself explaining concepts and listen back. These behaviors activate your prefrontal cortex and create durable memories. Stop highlighting. Start retrieving. Blocked practice feels effective, but it's an illusion. When you practice one skill repeatedly before moving to another, you create shallow learning. Interleaving, mixing different topics or skills in a single session, activates deeper cognitive processing. Studies show interleaved practice produces 15 to 35% better retention than blocked practice, even though it feels harder during learning. Here's why. Interleaving forces your brain to constantly retrieve different knowledge, structures, and switch between problem types. This struggle during learning is uncomfortable, which is why most people avoid it. But discomfort is your signal that real learning is happening. A tennis player who practices forehand for 30 minutes, then backhand, then volleys, will improve faster than one who practices only forehands for 90 minutes. A math student who solves problem type A, then type B,